Good morning, tubers. Welcome back for another adventure. We're going to be working on this thing in stages. We're going to start with the tires. We're going to deal with getting it started again, some electrical issues, and all of that. So as you go through, I'm starting with the tires. If you don't want to watch those videos, just skip forward a little bit and you'll find something else you'll like. I personally find when I watch people's videos, I try to watch them in their entireties. Not that I really like watching tire videos or working on tire videos, but every once in a while you'll see something and learn something, perhaps from me, perhaps from somebody else. So once again, I'm starting with the tires and going forward from there. So to make this thing a roller, obviously the tires need to hold air. This tire, I've done the old tourniquet around the outs, jacked it up, put the tourniquet around the outside of the tire, clamped it down, and I've managed to seal the bead, but this thing keeps going flat. So time to remove it and figure out what its real problem is. The old soapy water test. I think we found the leak. Looks like I already attempted to glue this down. Let me take it apart and see what the real issue is. Well, I must say the bead broke real easy. I think I'm just gonna clean it all up, wipe it all down, make sure I don't have any rusty spots. I'm not really on the rim itself. I mean, it's got some boogers, but it doesn't feel that bad. I think I'm going to do a really good cleanup and a really good glue down, and hopefully it takes this time. So I greased the heck out of that bead with this, rubber cement. I've had pretty good luck with it. To be honest with you, the tire is not in the greatest shape. The rim doesn't look bad. The tire isn't in the greatest shape. So once again, I'm going to give this one more try. Then I'm probably going to end up having to put a tube in it. You can see I wrapped rope around it. I call that the old tourniquet. I'm going to put air to the valve and kind of, move the tire around, and hopefully it seals. When you're trying to seal a bead, this kind of goes in stages too. First I'm going to put air to it through the Schrade valve there. If that doesn't work, you get yourself a nice full tank of air, 120 psi. You get that Schrade valve out of there and you blast it in as quick as you can. Hopefully it's going in faster than it's going out, and then the bead will seal. Wish me luck. So I tried all my tricks and I can't get this tire to seal, and I'm sick of having to move the thing around on a flat tire. So I had to pop for the tube. That's one of those Harbor Freight tubes. They go for about $9 minus 20%, which takes it to what? $7.20. Then you put the tax back in. Okay, finally rolls. So let's move to the next step. I put a battery into it, and just take note for the negative. They used a red cable, very dangerous. I mean, easy enough to figure out. You just follow it and see that it goes to ground, and you see that the real positive, which is a black cable with red ends, goes to the positive terminal. Be careful about that. You don't want to get those backwards. You could break things. So hook up your battery properly and hope that whoever put in the last battery didn't wreck things in advance. Anyhow, so you guys know, first place the power goes is to one side of the starting solenoid, and the second place the power goes is all the way up to the switch that would be, you know, this guy. Given that I'm troubleshooting, what I like to do is take a bunch of light bulbs and kind of use those as a fuse, so as I'm hooking it up, if I have a short, I can see the light bulbs light up and not see sparks or smoking wires. So you guys could see I have the fuse jumped with the light bulbs, so the power needs to come up here and go to the switch. So here we have the meter, one side to ground. Here's the other side. I have it in DC volts. And generally speaking, the power should come up on this red wire. And if we check it, whoa, we got power there. That's a great thing. We also know the power goes over here to the switch on the black wire. These are the 4 wires that would normally go to this, right? And we know, you know, black with the white, that's how you turn things off. So if I short these two together, right, it will turn off the all-terrain vehicle. Or if I take the green and short it to red, I'm grounding the positive, and, you know, I'll get my light bulbs to light up. So let's avoid all that. Anyway, if I put these two together, right, I'm supposed to get my key switch working or my starter button working, and I got nothing. But as I'm looking at their wiring, their hacked up mess, I also have this extra wire coming over here. So let's just hook it up, right? I got no light bulbs lighting up, so I didn't short anything. But supposedly now the power is coming over here, and if I push a button, ooh, I have a really bad starter. So I think this is more or less where I got this project, and I really don't want to chew things up in there. The problem you have when it's making that sound, right, you could end up tearing the ends of the gears, the cogs of the gears off. And if you tear them off, they go and they stick to the flywheel, and there is not enough clearance for those cogs to get by the flywheel and the stator coils. So normally what happens is those cogs will eventually end up there, and obviously your starter gears are shot because you just tore the cogs off of them. Your flywheel gets damaged because they tear that up, and it also tears up the stator coils. And by the way, you've just dumped a whole load of metal into your engine, and how good is that? Let me give you a hint. It doesn't go where it's helpful. It only goes where it's harmful. So I'm to the point where this all-terrain vehicle that we have to pull that side cover off. While I was working on it, other than noticing this really fantastic wiring, I also noticed somebody put a new carburetor on it. It appears to be the clone. And the Kickstarter kind of comes and goes. Like now it's gone again. And then now it just grabbed. So if you guys give me a couple of minutes, I think what we need to do first is check the spark. And assuming it has spark, I might just put a little gas in here and see if we can't get it started, just to see what it looks like. So now it's time for a start. I did the carburetor hack in another video. I put some gas into it. We got to turn. Okay. I have power coming up now, and this power goes over to the switch. So all of that is hooked up. This, I didn't start it yet, so let's see what it does. Not too bad. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end this video here. On the next video, we got to get this side cover off and do something with those. Do something with the starter clutch, particularly. I also got to look over these gears to make sure they're good. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. I want to thank you all for dropping by to watch and comment and subscribe. Please remember to keep your feet down, your heads up, and get out and enjoy each and every day. Bye now.